Greetings. We welcome you to our video about our recent visit to Lindsay Unified School District in Lindsay, California, where we got the experience to see how they've gone through their transition to personalized learning over the course of the last almost 10 years. I'm Craig Steinoff, the superintendent of Oaks Public Schools.
I'm Greg Dovitz. I teach 4th, 5th, and 6th grade math.
Sherry Christensen, I teach chemistry and physics.
Kaylin Hackey, 7th, 8th, and 9th grade English.
And Brandon Beta, high school principal.
And so for this video, what we're going to show you is from our visit what we saw and talk to you about what we think it's not and what we think it is. So we're going to start with what we saw and what we believe it is not in terms of personalized competency-based education. So the first one is, it is not learners that have individualized lesson plans prepared by teachers.
Yeah, and I think that was the fear, is that it was going to be that there was teachers that had to come up with 25 different lesson plans for 25 different kids, and it absolutely is not, and that was really good for us to see.
And that's been a common concern of a lot of our staff here thinking about this, is how can we as staff and teachers have 25 different lessons every day when you have that times how many classes you have, and that's a problem. So it's great that we witnessed that. Another, it is not learners staring at a screen.
And that was another one of our concerns, if it was just students sitting behind a screen and being taught by a computer. Technology is used, but very similarly to how it's used right now in the classroom. So it's a combination of using technology effectively, but still requiring teachers to deliver instruction, to support students, to intervene when necessary. So it was a balance and not just one-sided.
And I think our one-to-one initiative that was launched in the last 2 years will be a nice balance for us, for students to be able to have access to technology in order to incorporate personalized learning. The third one, it is not going to change what we teach.
Right. It's, the state of North Dakota still requires us to teach certain standards, and those standards will still be there and they'll still be taught. We will just have to, group our kids differently and instruct to maybe some different groups those same standards.
The fourth one was, it is not an immediate transition. And we know that from our partnership with KnowledgeWorks, that we're in a transition of personalized competency-based learning, and that it's going to take us 5 years to make that transition. We also know that if we push it faster than that we're going to have challenges with both the community, challenges with our learners, challenges with the teachers. And so it is slow, and it's going to be small incremental changes made each year in order to get to the full-fledged personalized competency-based learning by year 5. Okay, the next part is what it is. So the first one we have is, it is uncompromisingly learner-focused.
And I absolutely loved that statement they made, through and through, from not only the teachers, to the students, to the aides, to their administration staff, to the bus drivers, to the cooks. Everybody is centered around students and doing what's best for them. And you see that not only in how the classrooms are designed to help each student where they are, but also allowing supports and enrichment activities to meet every learner where they are and make decisions that are best for kids at all times.
The second one we have is, it is always meeting learners where they are in their own learning.
I think it ends up being a balance between doability and challenging our kids. I mean, we've got our teachers, and they're going to be at a very intentional pace, and then we have kids that can go ahead and go through enrichments, or we have kids that can be on pace with the teacher or are behind pace.
In every classroom, you have students that the information just clicks, and a lot of times we're holding those students at that pace where everybody's at and not allowing them to go forward and understand that knowledge or that content at a deeper understanding. And with personalized learning, it gives them that flexibility to keep going and to understand it better, and then it gives that teacher the opportunity to work with those students who are a little behind pace or need a better understanding and instruction to understand it better.
And I believe the biggest difference with what we're doing now is we have a pace, obviously, with our traditional learning style, and our students that fall behind, which we have a lot of supports in place to keep them on pace to get back and get caught up, but we really don't do much for those students that are bored or would like to be ahead of where we are. They are simply there stuck waiting for us to move on, and that's the biggest difference that I see, is that we're going to still have students at pace, still have students behind pace, have structures in place to help them, but allow the kids that want to go faster and further to do so. And the last one we have for what it is goal oriented.
Yeah, everything we saw there, the students have the ability to set goals, and then they work and strive to reach those goals. They learn a lot about growth mindset and about characteristics of lifelong learning and being able to be a goal setter and work and strive to meet those goals.
Well, I'd like to thank all four of you for joining me in the trip to Lindsay Unified School District, and to be able to see this in action and see an example of things that we can do as a school district. If you've got additional questions for us, we ask that you reach out to us. We'll have information in the language of this video for contact information for us. Additionally, we have resources that we brought back with us from Lindsay. One is a book that was written about their transition called Beyond Reform, and I've got several copies. If you would like to read that, please stop in and see me. And we also have different handouts that incorporate site conditions, incorporate different mindsets needed for kids, and incorporate instructional look-fors, which talk about how you gauge how you're doing as a teacher for personalized learning. So thanks again. We look forward to this journey. We look forward to doing what's best for our students at Oaks Public Schools and preparing our students for their futures.